most men understand, or at least have accepted, I'm going to get, as long as she doesn't cheat on me or steal from me or physically abuse me, that is enough. They don't think about good treatment, which is why when they run into a woman who has exceptional femininity and she's super considerate and she goes above and beyond, the man don't even know how to act. Like, his system is fried because he's like, wait a minute. And so it feels like, where's Ashton Kutcher? Because this can't be real.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna hold you. I just feel like a little bit of that scarcity mindset and low self-esteem is like, those got to be separated. Like, a
Well,
scarcity
a man
mindset.
needing a compliment. Why the dude? Why I hit so hard? He don't get that compliment like that is because he needs that compliment. That right there just shows you a little bit of insecurity. I don't really need validation from anyone, right?
Yes, you do.
But there are people who
Yes, you
no,
do.
I
Don't say that, Trev.
no,
We're all
I don't
human.
need
Yes, you do.
outside validation.
Don't say that. Don't
Okay,
say that.
we can
Yes,
say
you
that.
do.
We can say
He's a robot.
we can say that. We can say
There-
that.
You gonna get validation from yourself, right? You gonna pat yourself on the back, right?
Validation is a
exactly.
basic
I
human
said
need.
outside validation.
Got him. Okay.
Say again?
Okay. Come on. Yeah, internal and external are different, but we ain't finna sit up and act like when somebody else don't give us that call. I can tell myself I'm beautiful all day, but if Trev was to be like, "Hey, Miss Pearl, you look good," I'm like, "Oh, thank you." At least I'm not. I didn't need it, but I
here's the
I see
point.
what you said. I don't need
Here's
it,
the
but it's
point.
definitely a desire.
Here's the point that I'm making. You won't need it from that individual, right? It doesn't determine what it is that I am. You won't need it from that particular individual because it don't matter. Because when I go outside, I'm gonna get the same validation all day anyway. So that's the part that people have to worry about because I'm going to be validated. If you personally don't want to, it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect the way I feel about myself. I'm talking about the individual. I'm not saying you won't need it ever, but you won't need it from any one particular individual.
I'm trying to figure out how is that any different from what I said. I just put it from a different standpoint. I'm just confused.
What? For what I just said, you think it sounded like what you just said?
So let me clarify what I was saying because maybe you didn't understand what I was saying. I'm saying
Everybody
the same thing.
it?
Pearls.
Are you
Trev,
trolling?
I would listen here. You're on borrowed time because I look.
Let her
I
finish.
got other things I do with my time. Okay,
that'd be a prudent investment.
So let me finish talking. I pretty much said the same thing Pearl said. There are women in your lives who compliment you, but those are not the women that you want to get the compliments for. You're choosing women who are not doing those things for you because just because that woman is in your life and she's complimenting you, if you don't want her, you're not going to commit to her, period. You're not going to sit here and tell me these handsome men up here who got things going for themselves don't have a woman in your life complimenting you. I don't believe it.
Hey, I the first time y'all got this. One of you other niggas got to do it this time. I'm not doing the shit twice.
I think the challenge. I think the challenge, Shan. Like, thank you, appreciate it that you find us favorable. Oh damn. Okay, she left. All right. Wow. Oh, that okay. To speak to what she was sharing, I think that the challenge, unfortunately, is that a lot of women really don't believe that, for example, they think that maybe if maybe a Miss Pearl, maybe Jay, they're nice, they sweet, they caring to they dude. So you are the epitome of every woman's expression. That ain't how that go. Unfortunately, I personally can't say that. I've never been mistreated, which is why I had an energy that I have, because I look at dudes that don't get optimal treatment, don't get favorable treatment. I'm like, you crazy. Why you wasting your time with her, bro? Like, you could do better. But that's something that I can overwhelmingly share and tell you most men don't think this way. Most men understand, or at least have accepted, I'm going to get, as long as she doesn't cheat on me or steal from me or physically abuse me, that is enough. They don't think about good treatment, which is why when they run into a woman who has exceptional femininity and she's super considerate and she goes above and beyond, the man don't even know how to act. Like, his system is fried because he's like, wait a minute. And so it feels like, where's Ashton Kutcher? Because this can't be real, but that should be real. That's the issue. And I hate that Shan dropped off, but I also wanted to explore with her to try to get her to understand that it's not, if we can't get out the box on that, you're talking marriage. Why would somebody commit to someone who he don't even know how he arrived in her mind and in her emotions? Because every time he does something, she got to complain about it. or there's some level of disrespect attached to it, you know. But I'll land.
When was the last time you? I'm just asking the fellas. When was the last time you got complimented by somebody, a woman, Trev?
Today.
Right now on this podcast. I said all of you guys are handsome.
That's
No,
right.
no, not you.
That's not what he was talking
I'm
about.
saying in, like IRL.
So, right, Fresh. What about you?
Probably this past weekend.
JR?
I would say yesterday.
True.
Yeah, this afternoon when I picked up some Thai food.
Right. Do you think that is the experience of the average man that Carlos and that nigga was talking about?
No, I don't
Absolutely
think
not.
that's.
No, it's not.
I don't think that's the average man at all.
So again, we can't using us as a small sample size to try to disprove a point. Is just intellectually frail.
Disingenuous.
No, I'm not gonna say disingenuous. It's frail because it's a weak argument to try to make. You try to use the minority to disprove the majority. Like the exception doesn't disprove the rule. And again, the thing we're talking about, men getting married. Y'all keep, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep adding all this extra stuff in, like, well, the girl's a gold digger, she don't like you. That's we're talking about. Before y'all, it's like we keep adding things to this conversation that we're not even addressing, because again, this is a men's issue that we provided women a voice into. And this is typically what happens when you involve women into these types of conversations about men's things, because all they can see it is from their own personal limited point of view. They feel like the men they have proximity to get compliments, or they can't imagine they don't. So they don't know that they do. They just assume that they do, because if everybody was like them, they would be giving compliments. And that's the problem. Like, we foster these conversations where we get women up here telling men what we're experiencing and what actually happens. And then we have some where they don't even listen to the conversation. They just start talking and then completely derail the conversation about some shit that we weren't talking about. Like, it's common sense that a man should appreciate compliments, but men don't need external validation. It is more valuable than internal validation because it comes from somebody else that's unbiased. We can lie to ourselves the same way women do. But when a stranger gives you a compliment, they have no reason to lie to you. So if they say, Fresh, that fade is cold. Trev, that beard lineup is fire. True. I'm saying, I like that cologne you had on when you went to got your food. JR, I like that photography work you're doing. They are giving you a genuine compliment. But validation is not an basic necessity for anybody, male or female. Like, it's not a basic need. And so, like, we can't try to say, okay, well, that's because people want something that makes it a need. No, it's a want. People want compliments. None of us not being complimented kept us from getting where we want to be. None of us. Everybody up here is every man on this panel is less complimented than every woman on this panel. You know why? Because when men compliment women, there's a dick behind it. When men compliment women, there's not always a vagina behind it. More often than not, it's good. It's actually like just a compliment. It's a nice thing. The problem is those women are few and far in between. I would bet that Trev gets complimented by more women who want some type of physical access to him than he does women that don't. I would bet I'd make that same bet for Fresh. I'd make that same bet for True and JR. We don't need compliments. What we need is results, because the results that we get and we work for in life are what our compliments are, what we're going to drive and attract our compliments anyway.